Hello, everybody. How are you today? I see everybody's chatting. Yes, I see what you're chatting about. My daughter did go to school today for the first time since in 5 years. And really, it was longer than that because for 4 years before that, she was sick a lot. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really weird. My husband went to work late so he could come with us to drive her to school too. It was wonderful. I almost cried, but she said, "Mama, don't do that. I don't want to, you're going to make me cry and I don't want to cry for school." So yes, it was a very good day. Hello, let's see who I have in the chat. Hi, Casey. Hi, Marianne, Danny, Tim. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. All right, so how was everybody's classes today? I only had 2 since my daughter was going to the school for the first time. I didn't want to be rushed or anything like that. So I did only work 2 classes this morning. Yeah, so I have a lot to talk about today too. And I do try to watch my videos later to improve. So the way I'm going to structure my videos now is I'm going to do all the business stuff and topics first. And then at the end, we can talk about chit chat and things, just so that if anyone sees the title of this video or, wants to watch it and they came specifically for the topics, that they can have that there at the beginning. And, but yes, I'll take just a minute, of course, to say hello to everybody. And yes, thank you for all the well wishes for my daughter's first day. It's really weird because most people, by the time their kids are my age, have had kids in school for full day for years, but I haven't. So even when my daughter first started kindergarten, my son was still in preschool. So this is actually like my first time really having like full days free, it's not even about me. I'm happy that she is well enough to go to school and I can't wait to hear about it later today. And hello, Tanya. So there is a lot in the weekly reports today, a lot. So I will get started in a minute. And yes, Tim has a video about his time in Hong Kong, and he even came across some protesters. So after my live stream, of course, you guys should go watch that. It's really interesting. Okay, let me get to the big thing. Is that they just announced Journey at VIPKid, all right, and they're in Atlanta, Georgia, this March, which is exciting because, DC was really easy for me to get to, but Atlanta, that's still in driving distance. I might be able to do it. So I am really excited. You can buy tickets on January 10th, and it's the weekend of March 14th. So my only issue when I looked at my calendar is that I have another trip the weekend before. So that might be the only thing that could hinder me from going, but I'm excited. It's a possibility. Maybe I could go to Journey. Okay, Tim says he has an update about teachers from California and GoGoKid. If they put California address, they will not pass the application form. I got official word from that. Oh, all right. Well, okay, good to know. If you're from California and you want to apply for GoGoKid, don't put California on your application. Okay, so the dates of Journey, Cindy, are the Saturday is the 14th. They usually have something going on the night before, which is the 13th. So yeah, that weekend, the 14th of March. Yeah, so anyways, I will start with VIPKid Weekly Report since I already started talking about Journey. All right, I'll have to say that both weekly reports say this, so I'm only going to say it once. I won't say it again when I get to GoGoKids. It's Chinese New Year and your bookings are going to be a little low. Okay, we all knew that. It's in both weekly reports, so I just thought I would tell you. But yes, again, Journey March 14th, that weekend. You can buy tickets January 10th. All right, a teacher satisfaction survey. I actually already filled this out. You guys, it's real quick. It's like maybe 2 questions. So it'll take you no time. They're giving you like 5 tokens to do it. They said, in the case you're wondering, your past feedback has resulted in the classroom pen, new features on the booking page, class feedback updates, and more. All right, so, winter camp is coming. As you guys know, check your certification center. I got all the ones that I could. All of it, yeah, and I think I saw today I already got a booking. I think it was story time. But then again, this time of year, I'm learning, don't even pay attention to your bookings till 24 hours ahead of time because they are just canceling like crazy. So you could look at your schedule and think it's full, and they can cancel right at the last minute. That happened to me on Sunday. On Sunday, I actually went to my backup companies. Yeah, so let's see. Classroom makeover contest. Today is the last day. You only have a few more hours to sign up. So I'm not even going to go over that because probably if you were going to do that, you already did. Yes. Okay, there's a China field trip. You have to pay for it. I don't know if anyone is interested in this information, but they have a form you fill out, a frequently asked questions page. It's just people getting together, wanting to go to China together. They talk about VIPKid meetups, which I'm not going to go into every single meetup. They're in a whole bunch of states. They're not in my state. Of course, if you're going to go to a meetup, check the page yourself or a Facebook page. Okay, the trending topics for VIPKid: clarification on new incentive structure for teachers, issues with the Builders program applications. I actually applied for the Builder program application and had trouble, but I kept refreshing and it came back. So when will teachers receive their 1099? Yeah, that's it for the trending topics for VIPKid. Okay, Morgan said there's an Omaha meetup on Saturday. All right, so if anyone near there, yes, I'll read your comments real quick before moving on to GoGoKid in case you had anything to say about what I was just talking about. Oh, your daughter lives near Atlanta, Cindy. Nice. So maybe you'll get to go. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that was it for okay. All right. So GoGoKid spends a lot of time, the first 2 or 3 pages, talking about the new credit score. That was actually going to be is one of my topics today. So I'm actually not going to read you from them because I'm going to talk about it on my own. Yeah, a lot of teachers are having trouble understanding that, including me. It's very confusing. Yeah. Okay. They literally spend 2 pages. So I got to find my way. Okay. Parent feedback. So you're not allowed to ask for stars. Sounds like you can ask in a subtle way, but you can't be direct. You can't say, give me 5 stars, which I have done at VIPKid, depending, especially if my credit score gets low. I say something like, teachers like apples the way students like stars or something. But maybe you could say something like, I'd like your nice feedback, but you can't directly say, please give me 5 stars. So it sounds like that there'll be repercussions if you do. And then they're talking about 4 stars, 3 stars. Okay, previous incorrect finish types, they're trying to fix that. Okay, GoGoKid is coming out with a substitute program like VIPKid used to have and doesn't anymore. So they're trying to get when more subs are needed. So they say, we currently testing out a standby program and we may soon set it up to all teachers, including new teachers and current teachers who are interested. I might try it. I don't open as many slots at GoGoKid and don't have, I don't get that many bookings. It might be good for me because I don't have regulars over there anyway. I actually might try this if they open it up for everybody. So let's see, what else in the GoGoKid weekly report? Okay, they're having some kind of program for profile polishing and teaching skill improving will be launched soon. So it'll be suggestions from the home office, how to improve your profile and things like that. They have a sign-up form. All right, so update for contract renewal procedure. It sounds like because a lot of people are renewing their contract because they gave you the choice, that it's taking longer than usual. So get it if you know your contract needs to be renewed, do it as soon as possible because they have a backlog. So you don't want to keep it, for not being able to, so you can open slots. Oh, hi, Teacher Paige. Glad you could come. I'm really glad you could come today. Yeah, she has a new video out explaining VIPKid and one-on-one and her new schedule and things like that. Okay, so I'm almost done with the GoGoKid weekly report. Let's see. Oh, so they have some new certifications, Go pronunciation, which I certified for. I got a lot of bookings in the summer for the supplemental courses. So I recommend you get it, especially if you work for GoGoKid more part-time like I do. It's a chance to get some bookings. The classes will start January 11th, and they want more people to apply. So need a head start in your new teacher phase. Okay, there'll be a GoGoKid boot camp coming up every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Oh, okay, and they've announced this before, but there's a new level 1 trial course that is, no level adjustment. You no longer have to worry about that. So I won't go much detail because they've said that in previous things. Okay, so that is it for the GoGoKid weekly report. Again, they had a lot in there about the new credit score, which I'm going to attempt to try to explain to you today. I'll quickly read comments to see if you had anything to say about the GoGoKid weekly report. I need things read to me for this week. I'm tired. Yeah, that's why I'm here. A lot of people, there were people doing it for VIPKid and no one doing it for GoGoKid. So I'm doing it for both. Chinese New Year, lots of free talk and VIPKid supplemental classes. Yep, supplemental classes at both places. All right, so GoGoKid has completely changed how we get paid. Now, it sounds like even though your portal reflects the new way of being paid, you're actually still being paid the old way until you sign a new contract. So, Danny, for you, that'll be the end of January. For me, that'll be, I think, beginning of March, end of February. Yeah, I'm going to stay on the old contract as long as I can. So it is very complicated, very, very complicated how we're being paid now. So luckily for me, I've seen a couple of Facebook posts where people try to explain it in a way that helps us understand it, maybe more than trying to understand the way GoGoKid's explaining it. So I'll give credit where credit is due. I've printed some things from the Facebook pages. So I don't even know who it was who sent this screenshot. If that person happens to watch, say who you are. But they broke it down and said like what your base pay is and how many classes you would have to teach in order to get what you were making at a 120 credit score. So if your base pay is $7 an hour, your 120 rate was $8.75. You need 2 classes a day, and your max pay is $9.50. All right, so it's the same thing. So they basically break it down. So at least you know, if I had a 120 credit score and I want to keep making the same money, these are how many classes. So if you're $8 an hour was your base pay, you need to teach 10 classes, and you can get $10.50 as your max pay. $9 an hour, 6 classes, and the most you can make is $11.50. $10 an hour, $10 per class base pay. You need 9 classes in a day, and the max you can get is $12.50. Thank you for whoever wrote this. Can I link that? Yes, I will link that in the description box later. Yes. Then there's somebody, his name is Darren. I don't know him personally, but he gave a Facebook post trying to explain it to us. And I like the way that he explained it. I feel like I understood it a lot better by reading the way that he explained it. Tim says it's a pay cut for most people. Yeah, most people don't work 9 classes in a day. In the summer, I was, if this was VIPKid. Yeah, so Darren Cook, yes, thank you. That's who he is. I really like the way he explained it, so I printed it off, and I'm gonna try to read it to you guys. So, so your credit score is comprised of 2 portions, attendance and performance. Your attendance is only the past 30 days. Your performance is only the past 150 classes. Think of these 2 things as separate hourglasses. Sand is constantly falling out of the bottom after 30 days and after 150 classes. You have to keep adding sand to the top of the hourglass to keep it from running out. Say you taught 10 classes on December 5th, 4 peaks, 4 PPTs, and the 4 classes before that, and 2 classes before that. Those 10 classes will have added, oh boy, and there's a complicated 4 times 0.5, 4 times 0.3, 4 times 0.2 equals 3.6 attendance points. And he's saying like they don't, you know, they only go in whole numbers for your attendance points, but he's just doing an average, so we're getting the decimals. Yeah, so your performance, so today is January 6th, he wrote this yesterday. Those 3.6 points are part of your total score, and tomorrow they will no longer have an impact on your score. So every day, your payment's going to change, if this doesn't sound more confusing to everyone. For your performance, say 140 to 150 classes ago, all gave you 5 stars. Today you teach 10 more classes, but none of those parents have given you feedback yet. Those 10 new classes will add 0.25, a quarter per class, or 2.5 points. But the old 140 to 150 classes gave you 10 points, have now dropped off and no longer affect your credit score. All right, is everybody following me, or are you totally lost? Am I wasting my breath? Tell me in the chat box. Don't even bother. Or do you want to hear this? So your credit score is a sum of a whole lot of different factors that fluctuates on a daily basis. Nobody can tell you how to bring it up except for in general terms. I don't know what you taught 25 days ago or 30 days ago. I don't know which lessons got you 5 stars. So Carol laughed. Yeah, I know, really. I don't know. Yeah. So I had 3 cancellations a year ago in January. And I was like, why is that affecting my credit score? Well, since GoGoKid's my backup and I don't work a lot of classes, this now explains that would include 150 classes ago. So let's see what you guys are saying. The Chinese are good at math, yeah. Erica's still, oh, okay, bye, Morgan. You basically need your most recent 150 classes to have 5-star reviews. Yeah. And Cindy, it also makes it hard to keep track of your own pay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hope your daughter feels better, Morgan. So, yeah. What do you guys think? I try. If you don't understand, I tried to at least attempt that. Yeah, negative reviews affect your money. So anyways, with a new company comes a lot of changes, and yeah, that's one of the disadvantages. And yeah, GoGoKid's still changing things. They're a great backup for VIPKid. I can just open slots there if something happens. But yeah, I like how we know what's going on at VIPKid. Bottom line, can I teach once in a while and not lose my credit score? This is not going to make people early. Yeah, I know. Tim, for me, I'm just going to figure I'm going to get the lowest each time because like you, I only work there once in a while. And for me, GoGoKid is extra. Like I open my 2 slots before VIPKid for them. So I don't count it towards money I'm counting on. For me, it's extra. So, you know, I'm probably just going to get the lowest each time I, teach. It is what it is. Danny loves GoGoKid, no complaints, but this is very confusing for new hires. It's confusing for people who've been there for a while. Yeah, and all right, hey Kim, I just tried to explain the new GoGoKid payment. So yeah, if you want to go back and listen to that. Yeah, so that is that. Anyone have anything else to say about that? If not, I'll move on to my next topic. Okay, so I wanted to quickly go over something people had started doing to try to get more 5 apples. So this would only work now if you've never, ever, ever gotten a 5 apple review from somebody. So people you can assume that maybe they don't know how to give 5 apple reviews. Maybe they were new to the company and they never learned how to do it. So there have been people on the Facebook pages who actually have sent in a ticket. One guy took a screenshot and it said something like, oh, I enjoy teaching students X, Y, and Z. They come to my class regularly, but they've never left me a 5 apple review. Perhaps they don't know how to do it. And then the guy had like 33 woke up the next day. So I have been taking, okay, so I got a screenshot of somebody who did this, 43. Now, if I've had students do this, I've had regulars, like they give me 5 apples the first time they come to my class. I have a brand new level 2 that's just a couple months regular, comes to my class consistently, almost every class except when I take time off. They left me a great review with written feedback the first time they came to my class, and I've never, ever gotten feedback since. But I can't send a ticket because it's not, you can't assume they don't know how to do it if they did it the first time. So this only works like if the person has never, ever left you a review. Give them a benefit of the doubt. Maybe they don't know. And I've seen several people try this. I've actually taken, let me see if I can find more screenshots. I've taken several different screenshots of people doing this. Yeah, hold on, I'll find it in a minute. But a lot of them are like that. Like they'll wake up and get 33, 43. My percentage has been down. It was down in the month of November. The month of December was only 23. I would hate to get every single thing for a raise except the apples, especially no cancellations or no-shows is the hardest thing to do. So let's say I pass that and I don't get the raise because of Apple reviews. That would be frustrating. So if my score continues to be low, I might do this. Like December just ended and usually you get reviews coming in later within the next month. So my score could still get up to 25%, for December, but maybe try that. Only if they've never left you a review again, because if they've done it at least once, they know how to do it. Yeah, okay. That was okay, I don't know what you guys were talking about. Okay, Kim said, I tried to send a ticket. I was told to ask them. I have 7.7 this month. Oh no. Feedback is so strange. I'm lucky at 80%. Wow, Tim. That's great. Yeah, I know. And sometimes it is luck. I mean, of course, there's some skill in it. You can ask. You do a great class, of course. Hopefully, we all try to do that each time. But I feel like it is partially up to luck, too, that you get the regulars that are good about leaving feedback. My most loyal regular is Nancy. I'm so appreciative of her or her family because every single class, faithfully, they leave me 5 apples. Well, with the exception of assessments where their daughter doesn't get a perfect score. But other than that, every class, they leave me 5 apples. So it actually, like, if any reason my schedule changed and Nancy couldn't be on my schedule, it would actually like hurt my percentage. So appreciate parents like that. And I have others that do it a lot, most of the time, occasionally forget, or maybe I'm not perfect. Maybe once in a while they say that wasn't your best class and don't give it to you. Yeah. Marianne, I've taught over 5,000 classes and have a 2,058 5 apples. Okay, so what's your monthly percentage average, or what is it usually, Marianne? Break it down to percentage so I can compare it to mine because I'm trying to compare it to the raise. Okay, but that looks like, that's like almost half. That's great. All right, there's a topic idea for you, Marianne. How to get more 5 apples if you end up doing another live stream. Let's see. And what are you guys talking about? Hi, Laura. VIPKid asked me to give them a list of students who were not giving feedback. Oh, that's good. It hovers about 29%. That's great. Okay, so that's what you wanted at. Yeah, mine's normally around between 25 and 30. I don't know why it's been down the past 2 months. Part of it could be that I'm working less classes. I mean, obviously it's harder to get 25% from less classes. You have a bigger pool of people to, just a better chances the more classes you take. And, the percentage is still 25, but it's just more people that could leave you. It could be because of that. I don't know. I just don't want the reason I don't get a raise to be just because of apples, especially if I can get through the rest of the year with no teacher no-shows and everything. That would be terrible. So okay. And so anyways, does anyone have anything else to say about that? I might try that. I'll have to find some regulars. I actually had one in the summer who booked me, somebody who had less than 12 classes the first time she came to my class and started booking me every day in the summer. So that's someone I suspect may not have known how to leave 5 apples because I've never gotten 5 apples from her. I started sending more e-cards. Okay, I might try that. Good suggestion, Marianne. Maybe send some more e-cards. Yeah, I need to get that percentage up. All right. Well, I want to talk about some non-Chinese ESL companies. My schedule has changed, which for good reason. My daughter is going back to school. I'm now only able to open 4 slots in the morning without getting up earlier. So I will say up front that most of the non-Chinese ESL companies do pay slightly less, but it's a trade-off you have to make. You have to decide. Like, I could get up earlier, middle of the night, and make more with VIPKid. I'd rather not. I'd rather have daytime hours. So then the trade-off is going to be you're going to make a little less money. I'm not in a position where I can sleep, work totally overnight and sleep during the day. I have things I've got to do during the day. I have to function. I don't ever have time, nor am I good at taking naps in the middle of the day. So instead of getting up earlier, I'm going to try some non-Chinese ESL companies. Are you teaching with those headphones? I am. Danny, I got new headphones for Christmas, which I can't even figure out how to use, but I haven't spent too much time trying to figure out how to use them yet either because, once teaching's over, except when I talk to you guys, I just want to go on with my day and not think about it. So yeah, I have new ones that I need to get up and running. Jessica, hi, how are you? Very good. I'm having a lot of new people here today. Thank you everyone for coming. I started following Jessica's channel from Danny. One day she just said, hey, everyone subscribe to each other. And she has a very interesting story and a very interesting page. So I like listening to her stories. She has very different experiences than me, but I really like her channel because she has a heart to want to help people. And even if we're different, I can relate to that. So I really like her channel. You finally popped up on my feed. Yes, sometimes I don't always comment on your videos. I do watch them. And Paige said, I taught 8 to 9 Eastern with one-on-one, but I don't do more than that. Yes, I plan to talk about them today. They were one of the ones I was going to talk about. I don't want to take over the chat. Okay, you can stay and just listen. I just want to say hi. But yeah, I'm going to get back to, and hi, Lori. All right, I've got a lot of people here today. This is wonderful. Okay, so non-Chinese ESL companies. I'll start with iTutor. Well, first of all, iTutor does have Chinese students, but they also have students in other countries. Kim, if you want to type in the chat, but I know like Korea and Japan and other Asian countries. So anyways, I'm only going to talk about iTutor very briefly because there's a lot of information out there that you can easily get yourself. But iTutor, so they have some of the same peak hours as VIPKid, but they go longer. So it's children and adults. So because they have adults and they have other countries outside of China, you can keep teaching. I know that Kim all of us were done teaching because of the new regulations, and Kim would still keep teaching. Oh, I have classes for another hour. Korea, Japan, Taiwan. Okay, yeah. So Kim, type in the chat, what are their hours? What time do they cut off? But I know you can keep teaching past what we can do at VIPKid and GoGoKid. I don't know the pay, and I know Kim's not allowed to talk about pay, and everybody's different, and pay is based on, they do base the pay on, you get rated 1 to 10, so you can get a little more if you get a good rating, things like that. I think it's approximately, from things I've seen on Facebook and heard, approximately between 7 and 9 a class, so definitely slightly lower than what we get at VIPKid, but again, hours that we don't have here. They've been around a long time, over 20 years from what I've heard, which is awesome. So they've been around longer than VIPKid even. I like the fact that they're not a new company. There are some disadvantages to new companies, as we all know. Kim said, no cutoff, you can open 24 hours, the more consistent, the better. Pay is based on location, but comparable to VIPKid. Okay, I plan on applying there this week. Yes, but if you want to go to Kim's channel, she has a lot of videos about iTutor Group. If you want more information, there's a lot of videos out there. I'm actually going to spend more time talking about some of the places that there isn't a lot of information. So then there's one-on-one English. Paige, who's there in the chat, works there also. So if you want to say anything, and if you're talking to me, for anyone who's new, I prefer if you type in all caps. That way I know you're talking to me as opposed to talking to each other in the chat. One-on-one is in Vietnam. It's also one-on-one classes like VIPKid and GoGoKid. From what I understand, Vietnam is 1 hour behind China, but the ESL hours they offer goes 1 hour later than our companies now with the new regulations. So their PPT times are the same we have in China plus that extra hour. So basically, if you wanted to just work there for that extra hour, which was what Paige does, because you lost that hour at VIPKid and GoGoKid, they would be fine with that because that is one of their peak times. They have a lot of people that do that. I have been watching a teacher. Her name is Teacher Lexi. I don't have a link for her. I don't know her personally. She doesn't even know I'm talking about her on this channel. But she has a lot of videos out about one-on-one English. I know Paige has a couple videos out, but Lexi has a lot. And so if you wanted, you could just Google, do a YouTube search for her name. But I'm watching a lot of her videos so that I could learn about it because I'm just curious what else is out there that's not Chinese based. Interviews are closed right now, Paige said. Okay, so they're not hiring at one-on-one, but I'm going to tell you a little about them anyway, just so you know the information and you could keep that in mind if you do want to apply later. Yeah, so from what they did have 5 hours you were supposed to commit to, like every day you get the same 5 hours. It has, or the same 1 hour, 5 days a week. But then Lexi came out with a video saying that you no longer have to do that, or you can choose. The advantage of choosing to do 1 hour a day is that if it doesn't get booked, you still get paid. So that's the advantage. But if you have a schedule that fluctuates and is never the same like me, I prefer not to have, I don't like companies with minimum hours at all. That's why I do VIPKid and GoGoKid. So yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting to that next, Danny, about the Poland company. Yeah, so Paige, let me know in the chat. You can choose, right? What are the penalties? Let's say you choose to have a guaranteed hour, 1 hour a day. What are the penalties if you can't work or have to cancel? I'm just curious because like I probably would just go with the no minimum, but I do like the fact that you would get an extra hour. Now, sounds like they're not hiring right now anyway, but I'm not going to apply to one-on-one English only because they only have that 1 extra hour. Like I said, if you're the person that you only need 1 extra hour, you only just want to get back the extra hour you lost at VIPKid and GoGoKid, they're great. You could just work there for 1 hour. But I need more than 1 hour because I had to give up about 2 or 3 hours with the time change, with my daughter's changing schedule, with everything. I want like maybe 2 or 3 hours during the day. Cancel 48 hours in advance. Honestly, the guaranteed hours are confusing. Okay, here's another disadvantage of one-on-one. They're new company. With new company comes a lot of changes. You know, they're working on things. They're improving. Their platform is on Zoom. So they don't even have their own platform right now. They're trying to get their own platform, but you have to use Zoom. Okay, and I just submitted Thursday for yesterday was okay. Okay, very good. So that's still pretty flexible, 48 hours in advance. Excuse me. So yeah, they're good. They're not hiring, but they're good if you just want an extra hour. All right, so Feedback Panda told all of their clients about a new company called EnKids. EnKids is based in Poland, and their hours are 9 to 12. Now, I don't have a lot of other information. I tried to find information. There's not a lot of out there. But so I don't know if like they're expecting you, like if you get hired, you have to work all 3 hours, or if they're flexible and you can open slots like VIPKid and GoGoKid, if you work certain days, if you have to commit to 9 to 12 the whole week. I have no idea. And I actually tried to Google EnKids, and there is not a lot of information out there. It's so new. Like literally when I Googled it, I would get like one Glassdoor review that said, oh, I took a class there once and liked it. Yeah, so from what I understand, they're going to pay $6 a class, which yes, that's low than what we're getting used to. But again, it's a trade-off, better daytime hours. So yeah, you have to decide which one's better. Okay, Lori's posting something about Butterfly, a new way to make money. If you want to go to her channel and see that, it's about making videos from what I understand. But okay, so I also, when I Googled the company, the CEO's name is, I think it's Alicia, but it's spelled, I heard teacher Jennifer is with them. Is this true? I don't know. With EnKids, which company, Tim? And are you talking about Jennifer, the brand ambassador from VIPKid? Okay, so I'm gonna write her name in the chat because it's spelled strange, so I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Alicia. It's spelled with a J. And then her last name is, okay, so that's her name. I think it's Alicia. Anyways, I found her on LinkedIn, which, hey, LinkedIn is a public thing, you know. So anyways, she has worked for VIPKid. She's worked for 51 Talk. And my understanding is she started this EnKids company. She's Polish, lives in Poland. So what's really strange, you guys, is that, you know, on LinkedIn, you can see how you know someone. We were 3rd tier from knowing each other. And I know what you guys are thinking. She's an online teacher. You're an online teacher. Of course, you'd know the same people. I don't use my LinkedIn for online teaching. I don't even think I'm friends with any of you on LinkedIn for online teaching. I use LinkedIn for my video business. So it only gives you like a 2nd tier, like how you know each other. But I wish I could find out like how we're connected, who I know someone who knows her, but I couldn't figure that out. I even tried the free trial of Premium, couldn't figure it out. I don't know. So anyways, women companies, yes, Danny. That's all the information I have about EnKids. I'm sorry I don't have more. I tried to find more for you guys, but there just isn't a lot out there. It's brand new. So if I get more information, I'll let you know. Okay, so there's also, of course, one more. There's also Cambly, which I work for. Cambly pays significantly less, like half of what we make at VIPKid and GoGoKid. I have them around because you can open at Cambly like in a minute notice. So let me tell you what happened to me on Sunday. I had one class at GoGoKid, And then I had a full hour that went unbooked at VIPKid. I actually had a level 7 booked in the slot who canceled right at that 25-hour mark. And neither of the slots got booked short notice. So, same with GoGoKid, you have to have an hour notice to get a short notice. So with Cambly, then when that slot didn't book, I opened up at Cambly. I lucked out. I opened right before the hour started. I had some guy call in. He was an elderly gentleman from Brazil, and they prepay. He had an hour on his prepaid thing. And I was thinking, oh no, what am I going to talk about for an hour? Luckily, this guy was talkative. It made my life easy. I barely got a word in edgewise. His English was a little broken. Sometimes I had trouble understanding him, but he talked a lot. So that was great. Yes, I only got half the pay I got at VIPKid, but that's a time slot. Those 2 time slots I would have gotten nothing for, and I had to wake up earlier to work at GoGoKid. So that would have been frustrating. So I'm glad I got to make some money. So those are the times I use my backup companies, primarily just work mostly at VIPKid, but I have things like that. So that's awesome. And hello, Amanda. Yeah. Okay, no problem, Marianne. I was doing it to present to you guys. And also, I'm very curious because I would like to apply to some companies that are not, China-based. So does anyone have any questions about those companies or things like that? That was the most information I could get. And like I said at the beginning, I'll save my chit chat for the end in case people came specifically for my company. So now I'll chit chat with you guys. How are your bookings? How are your bookings for Chinese New Year in general? Okay, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Is it Erlene? Tried Cambly, not a fan. Okay, just curious, what did you not like about it? I don't work a lot of hours there, but it was really good for a situation like I had on Sunday, a full hour not booked. 0 classes with VIPKid today, so I opened at iTutor and got fully booked. Good to know. So they would be a good backup for VIPKid. Danny only had 3 classes. Amanda said, bookings lower than ever. I only had 2 classes today. It's the lowest I've had in a year. I have 1 tonight. Yeah, I know. It's Chinese New Year, everyone. Like the weekly report said things are going to be slow. I guess it kind of worked out for me that my own personal schedule, I had to cut back classes. So I have less slots to fill, so hopefully I have a lot of regulars from my past being able to open a lot of slots who will try. I have a lot of night classes. Okay, yeah. Marianne's fully booked with VIPKid this week and next. Awesome, Marianne. You go. My only fear is even if you see those bookings, they can cancel, which has happened to me. Danny said her GoGoKid classes stay full, but only once a month pays. Kills me. Yep, that's why it's good to have the 2 companies like you do, which Danny doesn't even split between her companies. So you get the weekly pay with VIPKid and then, the once a month with GoGoKid. Okay, night classes. Yeah, I just can't do nights and then get up early in the morning. I can't do both. I have to do one or the other. But if those of you who don't mind night classes, at GoGoKid, okay. Tim has 5 to 6 books short notice. Not bad. I usually get them all. How many do you usually open, Tim? How many do you open per day? Yeah, and Amanda said my percentage is low because of taking off last month. It's hard to get any new students. Right. So was it just you took time off, or was it you had to cancel? Because I've heard people's percentage go down when you cancel. People say that going on vacation doesn't affect your bookings, but I think it does. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. We all deserve a vacation. But I noticed in the summer when I went on vacation, I would have slightly lower bookings for the next 2 weeks. You know how they can priority book you 2 weeks later? I found 2 weeks after my vacation, it was low because they couldn't priority book it. 6 a day, 3:30 to 6:30. I have kids that take classes right after school, so I leave my evenings free here. Okay. Arlene, I was told they would have I would have Cambly Kids, but they never gave it to me. Okay. See, I don't do Cambly Kids. From what I understand, you have to do an appointment, and the only way I do Cambly is like non-appointment. The good thing about Cambly and why I keep it around despite that they don't pay much is because you can open classes less than an hour notice, like at VIPKid, and that helped me. So it's not even worth my time to do the Cambly Kids thing because of that. They're more scheduled. Amanda, I had to cancel. They were soft cancellation, but it definitely affect my bookings. Yeah, I've heard it does, unfortunately. I mean, we all have things happen. Oh, for those who are not on Facebook, in my Facebook chat, so if you weren't here last week, I accidentally booked a class at the time that I would have needed to drive my daughter to school. 2 classes, actually. One of them canceled like the next day. I was able to close the slot. So I was debating what to do with that other one. I had decided that I was going to leave it open. We'll leave it there and not get a cancellation on my contract and just get my daughter to school early. The second one that was open, I could still make it work. It canceled at the 25-hour mark. Yeah, I woke up the day before that and was able to cancel it. So yes, I'm so glad that I did not cancel it, have that cancellation on my contract when I wouldn't have needed to. There's no way I could have known that ahead of time, but yeah. And Danny's learned this, wait till closer to till to see if they cancel, especially this time of year. Arlene, worked hard with adults and got a very successful rating, but they never gave me Cambly Kids, which I would rather have, and yet they would continue to send me offers for Cambly Kids. Okay, yeah. Which is good. Yeah, I work so minimally for them. That's like once in a while I open slots. VIPKid classes have been working well, fully booked and no complaints. Yeah, plus you get better pay at them, Arlene. So, well, I hope it was helpful, some of the information I was giving you about other ESL companies, because the other 3 that I mentioned do pay more than Cambly. So if you wanted the daytime hours, look into those. And if you just joined my live and missed what I had to say, go back. It's the last thing I talked about. Okay, so yeah. I had 2 classes today and they went well. 1 assessment, and my longtime, always 5 Apple student, Nancy. So if I'm only gonna have 2 classes, I'm glad I have, one that always gives me 5 apples. So yes, those were my topics for today. Hopefully, does anyone have anything else to say? If not, I will be on next week. I'll let you know. I plan to apply for iTutor Group this week. Actually, I'm gonna fill out the application after I get off of here. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. And if I find out more information, especially about EndKids, I'll pass it on to you. I hear they're going to start interviewing again in January. Yeah, so anyways, thank you all for coming today. I had a much more full group. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Janie, hello. Thanks for the updates. You're welcome. Great live. Thank you, Danny. All right, I will see you guys next week. Bye. See you next time.